Hey friends, it's Sammy back with another episode of The Daily Dash. That's right, it's everything you need to know from around the world and in my life, straight from my car dashboard to yours. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. Let me tell you what you need to know so you're in the know around the water cooler and in Carline today. I am going live on YouTube TV for the first, YouTube, because we were having issues with Facebook. So let's see how this goes. All right, two things we're really talking about today, the Bachelor and coronavirus, not together. So coronavirus, there are now 7 confirmed cases in Tennessee, although they're not telling us which counties. That brings the U.S. total to over 700 cases. Things are shutting down. They're not having the Ivy League basketball tournament. Schools are shutting down, dorms are shutting down. It is insane what is happening right now. Not to mention, hey, Eli, not to mention that you can't find toilet paper or hand sanitizer anywhere. So let's just keep washing our hands, people, okay? It is National Pack Your Lunch Day. Hope you all did that today. And let's just get right to what I want to say. So if you missed any of the news, I will put it below afterwards, I promise. But I want to talk to you about The Bachelor and the Bible. Stick with me. I know I don't want to get into a conversation about whether or not we should be watching The Bachelor or not. Let's just talk what happened. So last night, I was sitting at my kitchen island, working on my computer, had The Bachelor in a small screen, AirPods in, daughter was over here doing her homework. So, just going along, all of a sudden, the whole Madison and Peter comes up, and I was a little disgusted. The whole, let's meet halfway, aka let's compromise our values, or will you compromise your values, is how I read that. This was all before she met his parents. Then we hear him talking to his parents, and basically, from what I can gather, he enjoys a life filled with nightlife and physical relationships with women. We'll just leave it at that. Again, no judgment, just it's pretty clear from his mother, father, and seemingly younger brother that that's how he likes to live his life. And why should he be tied down by someone that has admitted they don't even want to have sex till they get married? Okay. Well, then Barb, Peter's mother, has a chat with Madison, and basically, after saying they're not religious, goes on to say how spiritual they are and how Madison shouldn't change Peter, and she loves him just the lifestyle he has. And yeah, and so the thing I was very vocal at this point. My daughter's like, what's going on? So I took the AirPods out, rewound, played it for her, and it's just interesting to me that we're now getting to the point in our society where, because I have personal morals, values, convictions, whatever you want to call them, that seems like judgment on someone else. From what I have seen and what I have heard, she was not saying you shouldn't do this. She's saying, here's what I believe, and should you do this, I don't think we're a good fit. I think that's how most relationships work. And so I had a conversation with our daughter, and it's almost like if someone really values, let's say someone is training for a marathon. Someone is really into physical fitness, and that's their life, and it's going to take them around the world, and they eat a certain way and they sleep a certain way. And then they meet someone that really isn't interested in traveling. Health isn't a priority to them, whatever the situation, that's probably not the best fit. So I don't know why Madison is being attacked for giving an ultimatum when she's just clearly stating, this is what I believe, and I want to be with someone who believes the way I believe. But when Peter's mom started in with him about the crying and the manipulation and it was just awful, awful. And thankfully he even saw it and was like, don't do this to me. So it is just a whole thing. But what it brought me to, and here's the Bible, was the story of Amnon and Tamar in 2 Samuel in the Old Testament. And everyone's related pretty much in the Bible, right? So they were half sister, half brother. And Amnon, it says, Amnon was obsessed with Tamar. So he figures out this ruse so that he's going to pretend to be sick. And Tamar is going to bring him some bread or some food. Well, she does that. He tells everyone to leave. Ladies, warning sign if that happens, not a good sign, get out. But he basically grabs her, and because he was bigger and stronger, he forces himself and rapes her. And it says as soon as he was done, he hated her more than he had ever loved her. And so it's so interesting that you become so obsessed just compelled that you need this thing, you need this, you need this. And then most of the time when we get what we thought we wanted, it wasn't as good, or we hate them, we hate ourselves, it's an awful, awful feeling. And so, while I'm not saying you should watch The Bachelor with your children, what I am saying is that it led us to a really great discussion between reality TV, God's Word, and practical life today of how, one, you need to have friends and family and advisors that are going to point you to the truth, especially when your vision or your emotions are clouded. And two, knowing that there's a reason why we wait for certain things. And I'm talking about everything from sex to major purchases. There is a reason. You need to weigh all options. You need to weigh what is truth, what is fact, and what is best for you and what is God's best. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you for letting me air that. I do want to pray the word steadfast over each of you today. I pray that you are steadfast in your convictions, in your values, and chasing after God's word and the calling he has on your life. Okay, friends, I pray you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends. Now we have to figure out how to stop this. I do want to stop streaming.